Hey, welcome back to another episode of Activate Your Soul Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Ina Claggette. And today's episode is going to just basically be about my latest splenic hit. It actually came today when I was working earlier today and also in Pilates class. It was a reminder from Spirit, from Yah, that the this year obviously is the fire horse year, right? And I'll link to the show notes, link in the show notes, my previous episode when I was speaking about my vision prior to the fire horse year and the message that I got from that. And it was I basically had a reminder, a reminder about that video. And my reminder today was stop trying to control the horse, right? The literal movement, the forward movement. Stop trying to control it and steer it in the way that you want it to go. Instead, do like the women you saw in your vision. For me, I dreamt of some wild horses and these powerful they were like wild native women. I didn't know like what ethnicity or whatever, but they were like wild native women, and they were like in sync with the horses. They were like almost like they were a part of the herd. And none of them were riding the horses, but I can feel their power and their strength, right? It was like they were equal with the horses. And I was standing off to the side in my dream watching them kind of get ready to run off. And when it was time for them to run off, they ran with the horses and they were keeping pace with the horses. And it was just a powerful, wonderful thing to witness in my dream. And I was like, wow, I was in awe to see how they were just running with these horses. They were strong and powerful, and they were able to keep up. And I was just off to the side of my dream looking at this like, this is incredible. Like, I can't believe I'm here. I'm witnessing this. It was almost like the horses were able to talk. Like they were just that much in tune. It wasn't like a horse and this owner. It was like they were all one, like one tribe. You just happen to have some of them was horses and some of them was women. So that message or that vision came back to me today because as you know, here on Activate Your Soul Purpose, the whole point of this podcast is to kind of journey through the initiation phases of your new business ventures, journeying through the different phases of your business, right? So for me, my journey is about kind of going from what I started before with my herbal business and tying into my human design services. So kind of like learning how that's all piecing together and really wanting things to work out and to kind of merge seamlessly. But anything new that you're starting, you kind of just got to let the vision kind of morph itself, like turn into what it's going to turn into. But this year, being that it's a fire horse year and I'm in my personal year 8, I really wanted to get it right this time, right? I really wanted to make this time period work. And so, because I'm very cognizant of the energies that are available to us right now, with all the planetary alignments and the forward movements and my personal year being at 8 and then the universal year 1 for all of us where it's a new identity and all that. So I don't want to waste any time. I'm like, let's get it. Let's go. Plus, we're in the spring season and I'm in Aries rising. So this is my time. And I'm like, yes, let's do this shit, right? So with all of that, I've been like, okay, I want it to count. I want every move to count. And that's kind of, I guess that's dressed up as perfectionism too, right? We talk a lot about that here. So it's like, I want this to work. I want this to go in this direction. I see what I'm doing and all this other stuff. But it's like, I was reminded today, and I'm so grateful for the reminder to stop trying to steer the horse. Ride alongside the horse. The horse is directing your steps. It is showing you, is literally moving you to where you need to be. Run with the horse. So for me, this year is about just doing it. I'm running with the horse. I've been given opportunities to work, and so I'm taking those opportunities, and I'm just going to see how things evolve. right? I have my vision in mind. Of course, I have my vision in mind. But as I take each step, I'm learning something new. New connections are being made. So I'm just trusting the process. Instead of trying to orchestrate it, I'm just trusting the process and allowing, the divine to guide me, allowing, tapping into that fire horse energy and allowing it to push me or guide me along, right? Give me the strength. I'm running alongside my horse, and we are, their energy is strengthening me and giving me the power and the stamina to keep going. And I'm like, yeah, girl, we riding this shit. We getting it. So I'm excited about that, and I'm so grateful for that that reminder to stop trying to force it and just, trust that you're moving and doing the right things, right? And I do honor myself for even wanting to. I guess in a way, I am appreciative to the part of myself that wants to take control, because that shows me that I'm taking this seriously and I do want things to count, right? So I honor that part of myself. I'm very, grateful for that. And I'm also just learning to trust more, trust in the process, and enjoy the journey. So, so some updates for me is over the weekend, I had an in-person event, and this was an interesting event for me because I didn't really market it like that. I just knew that I wanted to just kick things off, get my ball rolling. So, on April 11th, I was like, I got to do this event, even if it's just one person, even if it's just me. I must show the universe that I am ready and I'm going to go out there and show up and get my momentum, right, with putting things out, as far as the work that I'm doing, this new stuff that I'm trying to do. Now, I did not plan or market it the way that I should, but I just wanted to just start because I had enough material in my heart to be able to do what I was going to do. So I just did it. It was an 11th day, which is a portal day. The 11 is definitely an angel number, a portal day, very spiritual day. So I said this is me signaling that I'm activating this new venture of mine, right? I already got the podcast rolling, which is great, and this is my authority platform. But the work that I'm doing outside with my community, I wanted to make sure that I just activated that. I just jumped out there and I did it. And it was a great event. And I'm thankful that I did that. And just so you know, it was one person that showed up. But this person has been reaching out throughout the years, because this is coming from the other part of my business. They reached out, and it just so happened they reached out the day before I was going to host this event. And I planned on reaching out to them to let them know, hey, I got this event going. But literally, they reached out to me and was like, hey, you got anything going on? Any classes and stuff? And I said, you know what? As a matter of fact, I do. So they registered, and we went out there and we had a great time. The event was about stepping into. The event was a walk, so it was a wellness walk. Of course, because I'm an herbalist, there was some plant identification along the way, but tying in my human design and tying it into like the entrepreneurship community, it was like the walk represented your journey on your path to growing your business, right? And then the undulating paths and the mountain that we climbed, all of that is signifying or symbolic of your journey through life, journey through your business. And so it was an embodiment experience to where you could tie in your mental things that you're going through or just the day-to-day things that you're experiencing in your business, and then bringing that outside into nature, and bringing that into the physical space, right? So you're embodying your journey via the physical walk that we did, and it was great. It was great for the both of us, and it was nice to see that this could work on a larger scale. And we did the event on the 11th, and then we ended. And it wasn't I didn't plan it. I promise you I did not plan it, but we ended at 11 o'clock. And so in the morning, 11 a.m. And I was like, wow, look at that, right? And then so ever since then, other opportunities have come up. And I'm just saying, yes, this is my year of yes, I'm doing it and I'm growing and I'm going. Okay. So, yeah, this is just to encourage you to keep going. Don't try to control everything. Know that, have your vision in mind and trust that things are going to align themselves as you move forward. And especially if it's something that's new, just surrender to the process and surrender to the process and stay available for the process. Stay ready, stay activated, show up. Continue to show up. Be disciplined and show up for yourself. Because if you do want to get to the finish line, you got to keep walking. You got to keep taking the steps, right? And another example today, I was had a lot going on with just a lot of things on my plate, like work, being a mom, those kinds of things, and other just responsibilities, just life. But I have a commitment to go to my Pilates class on Mondays, and today I was like, I could be doing some other things. I'm kind of tired, but I said no. Keep the ball rolling. Keep the ball rolling, because it's gonna be a lot harder to try to rev your engine up once you turn the car off than it is to just let the ball keep rolling, let the engine keep going. Right? This is my routine. This is something that I do. This is something that supports me and sustains me. So I'm going to show up, and I did, and I showed up for my podcast today. So yeah, just keep going. It's something that I want to do. I have the desire to do it. I to stay well and healthy, especially as a business owner. And I have another video about that too, about exercise and having your wellness toolkit, because this is an expansive part of your life. When you're running your own business, it's going to expand you, and it's good to have healthy routines and regimens that you can call on or use or pull out to keep you healthy, right? Good food, good physical exercise, good people to be around, things that are going to pour into your cup to keep you strong, to keep you standing, right? And of course, your spirituality, whatever you need to do to fill your spiritual cup up, your solid rock, to know that it's not just you doing this. Make sure you have your routines, your systems, those systems in place, because that's what's going to keep you going along your path. So I encourage you to stay consistent with those things, because that's your self-care, and that's what's going to keep you with being able to expand and grow and keep you well along the journey, and release the control of trying to steer it so. Just trust in the divine process and just run, right? Especially this year with the fire horse. You run with your horse. This is not a horse that you're going to get on and direct its steps. You getting ready to get some energy. You're going to be able to borrow the energy. You're going to be fueled by the power of this horse. It's an energetic force that's pushing you. I don't like to say push because you're not behind it, but it is lending its energy to you so you can have forward momentum, forward movement, right? Is pushing you, bringing you forward along your path. It's just like an initiation year. It's like let's get some ground, right? Let's get some mileage. So you will feel, I will use the word push, because for some of us that have an open root center like I do, you will feel a sense of pushing, like ooh, you can't just sit down and relax. It's like, whoa, hold on, I'm being moved forward. So like me, instead of blocking the forward momentum and holding back, going, wait a minute, hold on, I didn't have this together, or let me make sure this is in place. It's like, nah, it's not necessary. The goal is to move forward. It's to move you forward. So stop trying to block the current. It's almost like trying to stop the flow of the river. You're like, hold on, wait a minute, I want to make sure that the path down here is curved out and the water's routed this way, because I know what I'm trying to do. And it's like, fuck all of that. Like, let the shit flow. Flow your ass down the river, okay? Run with them damn ass horses. Okay? Stop trying to fucking hold shit back. And that's like, and I can feel that in my body. I can literally feel the resistance in my body. So I said, fuck that. Like, I'm not doing that. I am not fucking around this year. This is a beautiful time as far as I'm concerned. Like, this is a once in a lifetime situation. We got whole new fucking ground, whole new territory, all this beautiful support, that we've been given energetically to get shit done. You think I ain't finna do some shit? No. So last quarter, I started off great. I got this podcast off the ground. And now that I'm doing more client-facing work now at this stage, I'm like, let's just keep going, right? So here we are. And I want you to keep going. I really want you to continue to be dedicated to yourself. Continue to show up. Know that it's going to be okay as you move along. You're going to get your systems in place. You're going to have your plans, like things, the things that you desire. Like, I know for me, I'm thinking about systems and everything being so my workflow and all this other stuff. Like, all that's coming. Just give yourself some grace and just move your ass down the line, right? And really tap into the seasons, because right now we are in the spring season. It's about activation. It's about planting seeds. It's about getting started. It's about, getting active again, right? We just left the season of winter where we were all kind of, inside and sleeping and reflecting and dreaming. And now it's like, wake up. It's time to get outside, start moving, literally move your body, even with the herbs. Like, we're, all the lymphatic supportive herbs are growing, locally, like cleavers and chickweed, and everything is here to sustain our bodies. Like, literally, our bodies has medicine naturally growing around us, and the energy, we feel it. We naturally want to get out. We want to get things going. We want to move, right? So you got all that already planned, which is giving you the momentum and that energetic high of like, yeah, let's do it. Plus, you got a fire horse here, which is extra support, you right? And then the daylight is longer. It's longer days now and more sun. Like, come on, tap in. Stop trying to be in winter when we are now in spring. Bring your ass current, okay? And so that's something I love to practice, is seasonal living. And one of the things that I am getting better at each year is to flow, is to go with the flow of the seasons, right? Spring, and it's hard to, I'm trying that because I like to have things finished, and I think a lot of us can probably relate. We want it to be done. Everything is neat, it's clean, and it's like, all right, now. So it's that embracing that messy stage where it's like, I wasn't even really done yet. Like, I could have did this, I could have did that, and it's like, nope, time, switch. And it's like, getting your nervous system regulated to just go, right? Like, we're in another season now. Like, that's done. You're done. Wherever you left off, you're done. Let's move on to the next season. And that's how you get momentum. That's how you get mileage. That's how you get growth, is if you just keep going, right? And then it's like, you'll have opportunities to go back and tweak or make things pretty or dot the I, cross the T, whatever. So I know that. So it's just like getting my body to adjust to that, or just really just letting that be even more solid within my nervous system, but just within my, my belief system. And I think that's something that all of us may feel is like, just going with the flow of life, right? Going with the flow of life. And I think it's hard too. Something that just came to me was because we have the ability to make the days longer, we're having electricity in our house. We got coffee, like we can extend the time if we want to, but it's all about going back to nature's circadian rhythm and the natural cycles and things like that. So it's like, if you just, I think by me continuing with my practice of seasonal living and natural cycles and things, it's just going to be, that's going to sink in much more with me. And that is something that I have been practicing. So, I do have services where I can, at least you bring you current, to to where I am right now, with even just getting started, because I do see the benefits of that in my life. But I still got, some work to do there. And I guess I feel it more so now because I'm starting something new. Everything is new. So it's like, okay, how let's apply what we know here. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Spring season, let's get out there, let's do it, let's plant our seeds, let's flow down the river, go down the path of least resistance. Let's tap into that fire horse year energy, because it really kicked off. It really kicked off. I want to say within the last 2 weeks, we really. I'm pretty sure you probably feel it. Like you just feel like everything is a rush. Everything is like now. So it's like, okay, so just flow. Let things go. Let things flow. Let things go. Don't worry about it being ready or perfect or whatever. Just fucking do it and move on. And just trust that it's going to land the right way. Land how it's supposed to land. And trust me, I'm keeping, I'm saying that to my spirit along the way, because I'm definitely one to be like, oh, it has to be so. And, yeah, and that's the Saturn in me, right? I'm a Capricorn sun. So, and I have a, Capricorn, in my 10th house. So I got a lot of Capricorn energy in my chart, but I'm an Aries rising, so I also have that side of me, and I'm a manifestor, so I'm like, let's go. So I just gotta let go so I can go and grow. And so I want to encourage you to do that. Continue activating your soul purpose. And as always, if you want more insight into your energy type and insight into like what environment you need to be in, so that you can thrive even better and access the nutrients that you need to sustain yourself and to see how you need to see and all the good things, I'm here for you. If you want to learn what your soul purpose is so that we can activate that thing, let me know. Everything is in the description below. And yes, guys, thank you for being here again for another episode. And I will see you guys next week. Take care, and let's continue to activate our soul purpose. Peace.